I overcame. How many overcomers? I overcame. I overcame.
On Thursday, we started learning on this subject about why marriage matters. And as I was telling you, that one of the most challenging things we have today is that we have so many people today who are thinking about getting into marriage, starting a relationship, and they're either probably on courtship or probably they're on engagement. There are so many weddings today which have been postponed because of the issue of the COVID-19. And people are really prepared that they are going to have a colorful wedding, a very big wedding. Men and women are going to attend in this wedding. But unfortunately, things did not work because of the current scenario with COVID-19. However, there's still hope before you get into this marriage. What are some of the concepts which you need to understand wherever you are so that it can help you to have a successful marriage, a successful relationship? Now, one of the most interesting things is that as many people are thinking about venturing into marriage, there are other more people are thinking about getting out because they have found out that in marriage things are not as they expected. And on Tuesday, as you are learning on this subject, one of the things which I said is that your ignorance in your passion is not equivalent to success but distraction. Every successful businessman today, it's not by accident. I believe they are either mentored or they took time to learn from other people who are success for them to have success. Every successful pilot today, it's not by accident. They didn't just wake up and became pilots. They must have gone to a school and they were taught and they were mentored and they became successful in piloting. Today, even in the industry of hospitality, where we have great and excellent cooks, they're not born great cooks. I believe they took time to learn from someone to become great and excellent. But when it comes to the issue of marriage, the most amazing thing is that many of us, when it comes to marriage, we jump in because of what we feel, because of what we have seen, because of what we perceive based on the movies we see, the books we read. But taking time whereby we learn on this concept actually has been a great challenge in our society. And the big question comes in, is this something intentional or deliberate? In our African context and relationship, we realize that when a child got to the age of circumcision or transition, we had uncles and parents who were responsible to teach the young girl on how she's going to become an effective wife, and older men taught young men, young boys or teenagers on how they can become responsible men in future. But unfortunately today we don't have such kind of programs. So because of that, we have a lot of disaster and stress within our marriage. The rate at which divorce is taking place in our society, the rate at which separation is taking place in our society, the rate at which different kind of crisis we have in marriages and relationship, it's very high because we have very good well-intended men and women, but in ignorance about concepts and laws of relationship. Family, health, life skills and career development has established a branch, a wing called Rebuilding Family Foundation Academy, so that we can have men and women coming up to learn this concept so that they can have a success in their marriage and in their relationship. Today I like to pick what is the fourth reason why marriage matters. Now let me start from definition of marriage, as I learned it from one of my best teacher, Dr. Kivunzi. Dr. Kivunzi defines marriage as a deliberate step to take a risk to live with a stranger with hope of a good future. I'll repeat again. He defines marriage as a deliberate step to take a risk to live with a stranger with hope of a good future. The fourth reason why marriage matters, when this group of scientists came here and sat together and did their research, they found out that cohabitation is not the functional equivalent of marriage. I mean that if people cohabit for 1 year and 2 years and then they leave one another, they are not married at all. But the best thing we can say is that they are living in a lifestyle of cohabitation. That's the best thing which we can pass across and maybe conclude. So someone can cohabit for 2 months, can cohabit for 1 year, can cohabit for 2 years. But social scientists have found out that cohabitation is not the same as marriage. So that one becomes extremely important for us to answer the question if marriage matters, for us to consider, by the way, how do I start this process? If I start it in the wrong way and things are not working, then does it mean this thing is not real? Does this mean this thing is fake and it is vague at the same time? Another interesting thing which this guy has found out is that it was found out that growing outside intact marriage, for example, growing in cohabitation kind of a thing, increases the likelihood that the children who are growing in such kind of an environment will themselves divorce or become unwed parents. This is a very interesting thing. Now, some years back, while doing my studies, I met with this young lady who was a very competent person. With all the beauty which she had totally no interest about marriage and men. And one day while interacting with her, I had to ask her, what's happening? You have a good profession, you have the beauty which people are looking for, but most of the time when it comes to the issue of getting close to men and interacting, you sound like you are a bit hesitant. What might be happening in your life, or what might have happened in your life as you are growing up? She made a decision as a very tender young girl. If marriage is all about fighting, I better stop this issue. I'll never be married. I'll stay single the rest of my life. And this is what these social scientists are saying, that when a child grows up outside an intact marriage, there's high chances that when this child will grow up, you will either become an unwed parent, or high chances this person can get into divorce. So meaning that as parents, when the way we behave in front of our children is not appropriate, if our value systems are not clear, then let us not expect our children to have a clear value system when they are going to grow up to become mature and to make a decision for marriage. And that one means then there's a need of having what we call a holistic approach towards life and relationship. Now, if you are going to join our Rebuilding Family Foundation Academy, one of the things which we are going to teach you in our academy is on how you can become holistically healthy. We're going to teach you to be holistic and healthy socially. We're going to teach you to be healthy financially. We're going to teach you to be healthy spiritually. We're going to teach you to be healthy also emotionally. And finally, we're going to teach you to be healthy intellectually or cognitively. These are 6 areas whereby in our School of Academy, we teach people to be healthy. Why? So long as you are healthy, you will grow. Join our Rebuilding Family Foundation Academy for the sake of your relationship now, for the sake of your marriage now, and for the sake of your children's marriage in future. That marriage is a virtual, universal human institution. Meaning, in other words, that in every human structure, in every society, it doesn't matter whether you are white, you are black, whether you are yellow, whatever color you are coming from, existing within our planet. Now, because in every human race, people marry and people have relationship, then it becomes extremely paramount for us to understand that marriage is not a religious issue, marriage is not a racial issue, marriage is not an academic issue, but it is a human issue, just as eating is a human issue. Just as taking water is important for every humankind. Just as breathing well, it's extremely important for human life. If all human beings from all kind of races where they are, marriage exists. And every human race is fighting towards having a good, excellent marriage. Then it becomes extremely important for you to understand what are some of the principles I need to understand. What are some of the laws of life which I need to understand, because the whole universe is governed by principles, or what we call laws. And living without understanding laws of life will bring disaster in your life in one way or the other. But the big question is, how successful would you like to be on this issue of marriage and relationship as a human requirement? And as we'll be running this program, our first phase will be helping you to get to discover yourself and your inner potential. We're going to have expert in psychometrics who will be talking to us about dynamics of our personalities. We'll be having expert in genomics who are going to teach us about the importance of having good health as a family. How can you identify some of the problem within your genetic makeups and how can it be rectified? Some of the guys I've talked to will be joining us are financial advisors who will be helping us on how we can come with a good family budget and we can work within our budget and have success and excellency even in our families. Why? Because my goal and intention is that by the end of the day, where our parents failed, where we had failed in the past, let us come up with a good success story. So who are the people who need to come and join the academy? If you are married, so if you are single and you want to learn concepts about relationship and marriage, also I am inviting you to come and join us and enroll towards Rebuilding Family Foundation Academy. And someone is going to call you. I'm going to talk to you personally. You can actually give your name. Once more, I'm sorry for the challenges with internet today. I hope you're going to work on it so that we can enjoy learning. I really appreciate your attendance today in this meeting. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday from 8 to 9. Then apart from that, our intention is towards starting the academy for people to enroll, and we're going to have a private training with them through the Zoom platform. For all those who will be enrolling to our academy, we'll be having very nice program through the Zoom, whereby we are going to teach you, we are going to interact with different scholars, you're going to get great theologians, you're going to meet the great social scientists, you're going to meet the great medics, talk with you from wherever you are. I appreciate every one of you, wherever you are. Thank you very much. I can see time is not on our side. I appreciate you wherever you are.
I overcame. How many overcomers? I overcame.